starting the session with the spiritual wisdom, my dear friends. The spiritual wisdom is why we'll choose to born on the Earth planet, on the Mother Earth, and what is the purpose of life, friends. So let's understand that deeply. So all of us, we know very well that we are in the human form. We are in the human form, but we are the spiritual beings, my dear friends. We are the spiritual beings. We are in the human form on this Earth planet. So we choose to come to the Earth planet not one time, many times, my dear friends. So why do we need to come to the Earth planet many times? So either the Earth planet or any other physical planet, in fact. Friends, when you look at the whole creation going on, so that's what we have discussed before yesterday also. The creation itself is so unique. The creation itself is so marvelous. The creation itself is so enlightening. If you look at it, the creation itself is so amazing, and really it is so highly, so the kind of surprising for all of us. Such a kind of creation is all around us, in the form of plant kingdom, in the form of animal kingdom, in the form of mineral kingdom, and in the form of the human kingdom, my dear friends. When you look at all these things, what do we understand is basically the creation is so meticulous, which is happening from the creator everywhere in all the life beings. Since the design itself is so unique from one physical body to other physical body. Just consider one animal to other animal. We can never find any similarity. Consider one plant to other plant. There is no similarity. There is a uniqueness in every creation. If such is the creation, that is the kind of creation, we are all within it, we are all around that. All the creation is around us, the entire creation, we are all in that creation. So day in, day out, when we see all these things, we'll be really curious to know, and we are also stumbled and we are surprised to see all this creation, my dear friends. But provided you have a highest amount of awareness, if you are blinded, if you are blindfolded, and you don't have awareness, you don't have sufficient awareness within you, the limited awareness, you can never feel amazing, or you can never enjoy the nature. You can never appreciate the type of creation which is going on around you. So that's what is very important. So that is why everywhere there is the beautiful world is around us. We are within that world. We need to realize that, first of all. We need to realize every minute, every second, we are in the beautiful and the wonderful, amazing world we are all living in. But of course, as a human being, we are going through day-to-day affairs, and then our mind is occupied with so many things. And especially, we are occupied, and our mind is not allowing us in order to enjoy the nature, in order to see the beauty of the nature. We are not operating with awareness, we are operating with the mind. Okay. So when we are operating with the mind, if you look at an object, if you look at a tree, if you look at a plant, if you look at a human being, or you look at the animal being, you can't find the beauty in it. You only see the physical body. But the physical body in inside and outside, if you look at it as it is so beautiful and amazing. But we are unable to look at its beauty and its intrinsic nature. The reason being, we are operating with the mind. Most of the time, we are operating with the mind. We never operate with our awareness and consciousness, my dear friends. The reason being, we are used to that. Our physical life is used to that. And that is the reason. So what is most important is, when we are leading our life on this Earth planet or any other planet, any other physical planet, what is most important is, every minute you have to celebrate your life. Every minute, every second, the life around you, the life within you is already in a dancing, it's a, so much, having so much highly rejoiceful. The life within you, the life around you is already rejoicing, my dear friends. There is nothing lacking in it. With your mind, you are finding lacking in it. The life within you, life around you is already rejoiced, is already overwhelming, is already in the mode of celebration, my dear friends. Look at a tree. Look at the tree, you will understand. The tree as it is growing, will you say that the tree is getting older, or you say that tree is growing? You never say that the tree is getting older. That is the word you will not use. The reason is the tree as it is getting, even the age of the tree is increasing year by year. You only say the tree is growing. Like us, so we human beings, we always use the words that we are becoming older. The reason being, we always apply our mind. For the consciousness, there is no age, there is no limitation, my dear friends. The consciousness within you is ageless, is timeless, is spaceless. It is beyond all these parameters. Any of these parameters cannot measure the consciousness. It cannot touch the consciousness at all. So that is our reality. That is our true nature, my dear friends. When you know this true nature, what will happen is every minute, every second is a celebration for you. Who is stopping you not to realize this true nature? And why you are unable to understand the true nature is most important, my dear friends. So that is what our real problem is. The whole humanity is suffering because they never find the true nature. They never realize the true nature of themselves. Friends, so what will happen is when you look at our physical life, the way we are leading here, right? And even the physical life itself, when you are leading the physical life here, having everything within you, having everything. So as a physical life on this earth planet, you have no scarcity at all. Your family, you are doing some job and you are earning money and you are spending it. All the things you are doing everything, all the things around you with you available, all the resources, still you are not happy. What is the reason that you are not happy? What is that you are searching for, first of all? When you have everything and family is there and all the resources are there, physicality, all the physical life you are enjoying, then still you are not happy. Still you are searching for something. That is, so friends, what will happen is whatever we find the happiness with objects, with the people, with the situations, with the circumstances, all that is going to be a temporary happiness. It will be there today, by tomorrow it will be disappeared from you. So that is why you are never happy. Today you got the great marks, or you got the great results in your job, or you are excelled something, you have performed greatly and you got a promotion in your job. That all, so maybe it will be there with you, that kind of happiness, the kind of applause, the rewards, awards, whatever you get, right? So with all these things, what will happen? You may enjoy and you may have that kind of the happiness within you for a momentary, like maybe today, it may be tomorrow, or maybe some time, some few days that happiness will be with you. After that, what happens? You come to the normal condition again. So that means that happiness is not permanent. That happiness is basically a temporary happiness, which any happiness which depends on all the outside things. Whatever the happiness it is, it depends upon all these other external factors, is not going to be permanent. It's going to be a temporary happiness. So being that is a temporary nature, what will happen is again you will be searching for the happiness. The next day, after achieving something, then you will be trying to achieve something else. In the physical life, I'm talking about the physical life, pure physical life. So again, you'll be searching for something and you'll be trying to either achieve or you fail it also. Sometimes you may fail also. Then you get unhappiness again. Not the happiness. This time you get a lot of unhappiness, lot of sadness in your life. Then you'll be in the dukkha. You'll be crying and weeping and you're lamenting. That's how this physical life is going on, my dear friends. So if you keep seeing all these instances, what exactly it means for us is whatever gives happiness to you, that is the most of the times you must keep doing that kind of thing. For example, some people so may get a lot of happiness by just sitting alone and by just reading books or by playing music. right? So likewise, there are many people, they get their own happiness in through different means. So you keep doing that. In the physical life, whatever gives happiness to you, please keep doing that. Never ever postpone it. Okay. So keep doing that so that you'll be getting a lot of happiness. So and then you'll be always joyful condition, in joyful condition. May not be blissful, at least for a momentary of life, momentary of time, maybe 2 days, 1 week, or whatever the time period, you'll be happy. So that means you'll be able to forget all the negative things, right? So some people, so when they are reading a book, a nice book, they'll be able to get a lot of happiness and they'll be quite contented. So likewise, everybody will have some choice. So that particular thing, you have to keep doing it. But when you try to find a purpose in your life, particularly on physical life, so I always try to say that the purpose of your life or anybody's life is something, whatever you do on this earth planet, that must be useful for others or it must be useful to the nature. In either way, either it must be useful to other people, whatever you do. Maybe you are a teacher or a professor, you are a musician or whatever it may be. If you are able to help some other people, or if you are able to help the nature, right? So this may be one kind of purpose for everybody in the physical life, friends. In the physical life, what may be the purpose more than this? All the other things, whatever you do, for example, you try to do many things for yourself, for your family, for yourself, right? You may be able to so many things you may be able to achieve for yourself or your family. So that's not going to be selfless. It is going to be selfish in nature. So that is not the real purpose. The real purpose of a physical life is, if you are able to do something selflessly without expecting anything, if you are able to help somebody, if you are able to help the nature, that is going to be the real purpose of life in everybody journey of life. But what will happen is, so this itself is called karma yoga, my dear friends. The karma yoga means what? Karma yoga means like you are achieving the yogatva, yoga tattva through the karmas, by performing the karmas, selfless karmas, without expecting anything. It's called niskama karma. That means I do my karma, I do my duty without expecting any results. It's called niskama karma, my dear friends. So when you do the niskama karma, what will happen? Let me tell you. When you perform the niskama karma, in this current life itself, you'll be able to achieve so-called salvation, liberation, whatever it is. All your karmas, whatever the present life karmas, will be vanished. It means that so you don't attach to any kind of karma, new karma. If you do karma with selfless nature, without expecting any fruits out of it. That's what in Bhagavad Gita, so Lord Krishna says. Do your duty, do not expect the fruits. Do your duty, do not expect the fruits. It means do your karma, do not expect any fruits out of it. For example, I help somebody. So with my own intention, I go and help somebody, but I should not expect any fruits out of it. If I do that kind of karmas, friends, they are called selfless karmas. If you do that kind of karmas, definitely you are not going to get attached any kind of a so-called the karmic bandha. That means you don't find any kind of negative results out of it, and then you are not going to be developing any new more karmas. No new karmas will be attached to you. Reason being, you never expect any fruits. You are just given your relentless, selfless service to others. So this is somehow the kind of purpose of life for everybody on the planet. The physical purpose of life I'm talking about, right? So this is called physical purpose of life. So likewise, friends. So what will happen is, so this selfless service, the karma yoga. Through karma yoga, what will happen? Again, let me tell you. So when you are in the karma yoga, relentless service you are doing, selfless service you are doing, what will happen is salvation, liberation, or moksha, whatever is this, that will come in search of you. You don't need to come. You don't need to go in search of that. That whatever the salvation you are looking at, whatever the liberation you are looking at, or nirvana, moksha, enlightenment, whatever the word may be, anything that will come in search of you. The God will, the God or Almighty. So He will come in search of you. You don't need to go. You don't need to go in search of the Almighty or whatever, because you are already achieving the perfection in every task you are doing. You already achieved the kind of purity with the type of task, with the type of efforts, with the type of karmas what you are doing through the niskama karma, friends. So when you do this in this current life itself, you definitely achieve something called the whatever liberation or moksha. That is for sure it will come. You are not going to do any more effort for that. You don't need to worry on that, first of all. You can observe many of the yogis, right? They achieve all this, through karma yoga itself. Through the karma yoga, right? So they try to achieve that. Most of the moksha or liberation, they try to achieve it. Most of the enlightenment part, they will definitely achieve through this karma yoga itself. Of course, so with the karma yoga itself, you may not be able to understand, you may not be able to understand yourself more, but definitely you are seeing everybody as a god around you. You are seeing everybody around you itself is the part of the nature, in fact. So that is why you are helping others. When you are helping others, with what means you are helping, not with expecting something. You are not expecting anything. You are doing niskama karma. It means that you are in your thinking, everything is equal. All of us are equal, and all of us are same. We are all in the physical sense. If you talk about, all are equal. Everybody is having, that is called something called divineness or the godliness within us. So that's what, with that intention, if somebody is doing, so what will happen is their karma itself will lead to the so-called salvation. Their karma itself will lead to the liberation. There is no such separate effort is required in order to find the God, my dear friends. You will achieve the God. You will achieve the enlightenment through your karmas only, but your karmas must be having the greatest purity. That's called Trikarana Suddhi. Whatever you speak, whatever think, whatever you do with, like whatever the Vak Kshetra, Chesta Kshetra, Bhavana Kshetra, these three things must be completely purified. Whenever this purification happen in these three things, my dear friends, then what will happen? Whatever you do to others, whatever you do for yourself, and whatever you do for nature, everything will be definitely having highest purity in the the kind of the performance or kind of the task what you perform on this earth planet, on the physical planet, my dear friends. So first you need to achieve this Trikarana Suddhi. Then with a selfless service, so-called Niskama Karma, keep performing it in your physical life, in your physical life, whatever possible. For example, you are a musician. You want to teach other people the music, you want to teach other people whatever the music you know. In that case, what happened? You keep teaching whoever comes to you, and wherever you go, you keep teaching this only music to everybody without expecting anything. That becomes a selfless karma, and also it becomes a niskama karma, my dear friends. Similarly, meditation, you keep teaching others, and certain kind of subject, the mathematics, you want to teach other people free of cost. So there is no any expectation, any returns expectation. It's called niskama karma. Likewise, friends. So whatever you can do physically, I'm telling about whatever you can do physically, do it with a selfless. Let it be a selfless service. Let it be a niskama karma. Then you never need to search separately. You never need to do any kind of a separate practices in order to find the God. You can find the God. The God will find you. You don't need to find the God. God Himself will find you, in that particular task. That's so simple, my dear friends. That is so simple. Only thing is that purity, whether we have it or we need to inculcate, we need to develop in ourselves. So day by day, in this on the Earth planet, as we are going through our journey of life, we need to keep developing that kind of that kind of character. We need to develop within us. So all that will come with the advancement of the inner qualities, mind inner qualities. So many qualities are there, as we know. Six Arised Vargas. All these Arised Vargas, so it's one or other Arised Varga, whatever, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamacharya, right? This pride, attachment, jealousy, anger, right? The so-called desire, lobhatva, greedy, so the timidity, all these things, all these qualities which are there in everybody. my dear friends, because we are physical body, we are a physical body. So for the physical body, what happened as we are growing? So like physically we are growing, like in age, the age is growing, and day by day as we are growing, what will happen? We try to do a lot of we try to learn as well. We try to do some karmas, because in a day-to-day practice we have to learn something, and we'll be doing some karmas. So out of the karmas, what we do, some may go wrong, some may go correctly. All that depends upon your own intellect again. So if your intellect is great, physical intellect at least, or so-called materialistic intellect, there are again two intellects, my dear friends. One is materialistic intellect, other one is spiritual intellect. Your materialistic intellect will only tell you how to learn the music and the kind of music what you learn, what are the basics for the music, what are the various so-called the integrities in the music, and what are the various technologies, all these things. When you are learning everything all about music, that is called materialistic intellect about the music. If you are suppose if you are a chemist, or if you are a doctor, if you are an engineer, all that is called materialistic intellect, which is just pertaining to only materialistic world, which doesn't have any connection with the spiritual world, my dear friends. So with all these things, what happen? We'll be learning, and with whatever the intellect we have, we'll also be doing some karmas. So in all this, out of all these things, we'll be having a lot of imbalances, so a lot of the uncontrolled manner about all these, so-called arrested workers. So there will be a lot of variations will be happening with respect to this, because we becoming as we are growing physically, then what happened? We get into family life, we get into business life, so many things we do. So on the Earth planet, we do so many things, my dear friends, which is happening quite from centuries. It has happening for thousands of years, and so many years, for a long time. The same thing is going on this Earth planet. Either the kings were there, kingdom was there, right in the olden days, and now the physical world, like what we are seeing today, everywhere this is same. This will be going on some or other way. This will be going on. We all need when we come to this Earth planet, there are some boundaries, there are some laws, physical laws which are designed already. We all have to definitely go through these physical laws. We can't go beyond these physical laws. If someone is going beyond these physical laws, probably they might be already a great matured souls in the previous life. They may not be bound, they may not be binded by these physical laws. Of course, they start right from their beginning of this life, physical life, they'll be in the different spectrum of life, and the different spectrum of thinking itself, my dear friends. Those are called the great matured souls, or you can say they are real masters. Other than those people, all other souls, it can be a just born soul, baby soul, infant soul, or a young soul, whichever the soul, whichever the physical human beings are living in the soul evolution, different soul evolution. All of us are binded with the physical laws on that planet. So we have to do, definitely when we are binded with the physical laws, a lot of things are there. Like you are going through education, you will be entering into a job, or you will be entering a business, or otherwise, and then you will be also starting a family. So likewise, many things are there. Okay, for all of a growing souls, the souls which are under evolution, definitely bound to do all these things, my dear friends. When you bound to do all these things, what will happen? Definitely you are going to pick up, you are going to do some karmas. Sometimes with the ignorance you do, with the ignorance you are going to attempt something. So that may be a spiritual, it's called materialistic ignorance, I'm telling. It's not a spiritual ignorance. Forget about spiritual ignorance, that will come later. So with this materialistic ignorance, my dear friends, we may be committing some mistakes, and with which what happen? So some negative karma will happen. The negative deed happens, then negative result. That means there's a cause which is done, and then the negative effect of that, the negative cause, the negative effect of that particular cause may be experienced now, may be experienced in the next life. So this is how what happened. The what are the lives we take here? This go through not one life, several life. It goes like this. The reason is the new karmas came, and new learnings of course new learnings also came. As I told many times, I repeated. So every life, in every instant, and every day also, for us, for the soul especially, but not for the physical body. For the physical body, for the physical mind, it may be painful, it may be suffering for you, but for the soul, every minute, every day, every experience is the great progression, not the digression, my dear friends. For the soul. But for the physical body, for the mind, it may be suffering for you for the momentary of time. Of course, the God has given us the something called forgetfulness. We forget it. We forget easily, right? We forget and then move on. So likewise, the physical life is going on, my dear friends. So on this physical planet, so one thing only, one only purpose we find is helping other people selflessly without expecting anything. Finally, of course, that also leads to the so-called enlightenment or the salvation, liberation, whatever it may be. It will definitely lead you, but how much ever possible. For example, Mother Teresa has done selfless service to the orphans. Through her missionary, she has done selfless service. Just imagine, so not having any spiritual wisdom with her. There is no deeper spiritual wisdom for her. As a human being, of course, it's an evolved soul. It is as good as it is a matured soul, whatever Mother Teresa soul. So then what happened with her, with her intrinsic characters, with her inner characters, whatever, which has driven her. So what happened? She has done a selfless and huge services has been rendered by her when she was living on the earth planet. So that is called selfless service. That's called niskama karma, which also find the complete godliness within that. All the whatever the task, whatever the service she was doing, she find the godliness within that, and God also comes to her. That means what you can say, divinity, almighty, and the salvation, enlightenment, whatever the words you call it. But that will find her, not she don't need to find that particularly going in search of that. It's not required. Because you understood your, I mean, maybe may not be understood through spiritual way, and may not be that she has got already enlightened. So what the other words we try to use in other side, that is on the other side is spiritual side. So spiritual side, if you talk about, of course, that's a different thing. But here there is no enlightenment, nothing like that. But with her selfless motive, with her selfless, relentless effort, she achieved that. She realized the God. She visited the God. She worshipped the God in the form of the karma, niskama karma, my dear friends. So this is all about the purpose of life. Physically, I'm talking about. Physically, if I'm talking about, this is the purpose of life for everybody, for every one of us, more or less. There won't be any other purpose of life, as I think so. For everybody, it may be you are a singer, you are a dancer, you are a musician, you are a painter, you are a shoemaker, whatever it may be. For all of us, of course, all these things we do. So in the different profession, different things, every one of us does. But ultimately, the purpose of physical life could be helping others selflessly, so-called the niskama karma. So please make a note of this with respect to the physical purpose of life. Then what is my purpose of life spiritually? So it's also a question everybody gets into their mind, isn't it? So every one of us will be wondering, what is the purpose of life spiritually when we speak? My dear friends, so please make a note of that. So you have no purpose at all. If you talk about spiritual purpose or purpose of life with respect to spirituality, now we are starting our actual subject, my dear friends. So what is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of life spiritually when you talk about? So I say that there is no purpose. It is a purposelessness. Our life is purposelessness, my dear friends. So many of us, what happened? Many of us, we are aiming for enlightenment. Many of us, we are searching for enlightenment, my dear friends. One thing so surprising, or one thing is something, we always wonder. So where we are searching for, why we are searching for? We have, it's something like this. We have our, the keys, our motor vehicle keys within our pocket, and we are searching somewhere outside. We are go on searching outside. We never search within our own pocket. That's how this look. Our life searching for some kind of enlightenment or a salvation or liberation. We are all searching outside, in order to achieve it. In order to achieve it. But I say that there is nothing to achieve it, my dear friends. You are already that. You are already that. First, make a note this particular point, that you are already that. You don't need to become anything, my dear friends. You don't need to become anything. You are already that. You are living. You are living so nicely. That means you have a life. You are enjoying the life. You see how your hands are working, eyes are working without your knowledge. Everything is working here so beautifully. It means that, do you think that there is something else available somewhere outside to achieve within you? You're not going to get anything from outside, and then you are getting enlightened. So by doing so many other practices, this practice, that practice, and I want to get enlightened. Where is that? What is that? You are going to get enlightened. There's nothing you are going to get enlightened. Only thing is you are not realized. That's all. It is there with you. I'm telling you, it is there with you right now. You don't need to wait for a moment. I'm telling you. Just drop off your ego. Drop your ego, drop your mind. It is there well within you, my dear friends. So this is the actual, this is the kind of a life, a beautiful, beautiful, amazing life, wonderful life we are all leading here. We are the best example for the purpose of life. Our purpose of life is a blissfulness. Our purpose of life, if at all you want to talk about purpose of life, just only one thing is blissfulness. There's nothing beyond that, my dear friends. Ultimately, our purpose of life, if you talk about just realizing ourselves, which is there readily, which is already there within you, within everyone, all within the whole cosmos, all around us, it is already there, without which we don't exist here, my dear friends. The moment the kind of a what you're searching for, you're searching for some enlightenment, or whatever you are searching for. So you don't need to search anywhere. It's already within you. If that doesn't exist within you, you are not going to be here. Your physical body cannot stay not even 1 second. You will be disappeared. Your physical body will disintegrate the moment it is going to be out of you. So that means it is already there with you. You are living so joyfully. Maybe because you are struggling and you are searching. All that because of your own ignorance. Your own spiritual ignorance, my dear friends. You never did any meditation. What is the purpose of meditation? Basically, purpose of meditation is just in order to realize yourself. That's all. Just in order to make you to realize yourself, your own self. Who are you? Who am I? Only just in order to get the answer for this, this particular question, I need to do meditation. Otherwise, I have no other aim of meditation, my dear friends. If I say any other aim of meditation, I want to become this, become that. I want to become a great guru. I want to get so many powers, this, that, all that. No, that is not going. That is not going to be the sensible thing. It is not going to be a sensible thing, my dear friends. It is not at all required. It is unnecessary. What is more necessary is in order to realize your true form. In order to realize what exactly your reality, your real nature. That real nature is already within you. You just need to drop the mind or take away the mind, and you just need to take away the ego. If these two are taken out, as I told already, we have a conscious mind, thinking mind. We are an ego. We are the intellect, and we are ego and intellect. So, and we are also the subconscious mind. That means we have mano, chitta, ahankara, buddhi. Mano, chitta, ahankara, buddhi. That means intellect and ego and subconscious mind, conscious mind. So we are these four always. Every human being is part, the combination of these four. So in this, what we have to drop off? Try to understand. In these four, we have to drop off. One thing is our own conscious mind to be switched off, take out, and then you have to take out the ego, and then you also need to switch off the intellect, not required. Then what will happen when you close all these things, my dear friends? Then only one thing is remained is that is your soul consciousness, your own so-called subconscious mind. Subconscious mind, that is part of your soul consciousness, part of your soul, part of your real nature, my dear friends. Subconsciousness itself is your own true nature, your own real nature. It is not separate from you. So in order to realize it, what we need to do? See, let's say these five fingers. In the 5 fingers, this is nothing but a physical body. This is a mind. This is the intellect. This is the soul, individual soul. This is a supreme soul or Paramatma. Just consider these 5 fingers. You can understand the entire life. You can understand all the spiritual science itself. You can understand here. There is nothing else to be done, my dear friends. So, in order to understand the purpose of life, what exactly we need to do is you just need to make sure that your physical body is here, right? Your mind is here, your intellect is here. Just drop the mind, close the mind, kill the mind, then even drop the intellect also, not required. And then this is the physical body. This is just a kind of an instrument or a vessel, right? It's a physical body, it's just physical matter, right? It's a matter. So the matter, and then dropping of these two, then what exactly is there now? So this is particularly soul, the individual soul. Now you see here, soul and physical body both are directly, they can interact now. If these two are dropped off, they can interact directly. You don't need anything in between. Then my soul energy is accessible to my physical body always. Then my physical body can stay healthily for a long time. It can be having a longevity, it can be energetic, and it can do its function so nicely. If the mind is switched off and my intellect is also switched off. So this is where I can access the soul energy. Otherwise, I have no access to the soul energy because these two are in between. These two are always in between. They are blocking the soul energy. It's not allowed, the soul energy is not allowed to reach the physical body at all. That is why this physical body, most of the times, this get diseases. So this doesn't get any pranic energy or cosmic energy, my dear friends. So this is the problem here. So when you understand, so this is a Baba Mudra. You know Baba Mudra here, like this. Matar Babaji Mudra. I was seen in the the one mudra, this mudra, Babaji Mudra. In the Rajinikanth movie, you might have seen this kind of mudra. So it's very important. You need to just understand is this soul can be directly accessed with the physical body, and physical body itself can stay for any amount of period. It can stay for any amount of life, any amount of period. So once it gets the soul energy properly, it means that soul energy must be accessible to this, then drop these two. Then you get enlightenment. Now, your physical body is able to understand, you're able to understand the soul consciousness. Simple. Now, soul consciousness is visible and soul consciousness is realized by you. You're able to realize the soul consciousness. Okay? When you're able to realize the soul consciousness, it's very easy that you can understand what is your true nature, what is your real nature. What is your true form? Now you understood. So this is my true form. These two are not mine. These two are picked up. These two are externally grown. So my mind, the conscious mind, I keep learning and keep forgetting so many things. I keep doing a lot of karmas. With all those things, my mind got developed. Through society way, through parents, all these things. This is developed. Conscious mind is always day in day out. It will keep changing, my dear friends. This mind is not constant. That is why whichever is not constant, this is not mine, so I kill it. And then my intellect also. I maybe keep learning something, right? I maybe keep learning some, it can be education, it can be any skills, any whatever it may be. Whatever the intellect which I am just, receiving from the outer world, So which is also not necessary. What not necessary is this also going to be an obstacle for me in order to access the soul, or in order to realize my soul, or in order to realize my individual nature. It is going to be obstacle, because I say that I'm a poet, I'm a great singer, I'm a great musician. Then how can you go and access your soul energy? You can't access. The reason is you are identified with it. When you are, first of all, you are identified with the mind. When you are identified with the mind, it is impossible to locate your soul, right? It is impossible to access your soul. First, drop it off. And then you also drop the intellect, saying that I'm a great engineer, I'm a great doctor, I'm a great professor, whatever it may be. Just forget it. Drop that identity also. So when you have dropped these two, then you realize your individual soul. Friends, so this is the purpose of life. This is the purpose of life. So as it is, spiritually if you are speaking, this is the purpose of life. Everyone, we need to work towards our physical life. We need to, such a way we need to lead our life on this earth planet till the last breath, all the time. So we need to trying to reach to our own, self-realization, or realizing our own self, my dear friends. This is the purpose of life. Otherwise, there is no other purpose of life. There is no other purpose of life. So anything like, in fact, so when I say that in a deeper sense, so this particular soul consciousness, you're already there. You're already in this already. You're already living in this now. Since you are living in this, then only you are live. You are sitting here, I'm speaking to you, you are listening to me. Otherwise, you are not going to be, not all going to be able to listen if you are not having this consciousness. So this is the consciousness with which your entire physical body is working, my dear friends. Right? So in that case, so you should know that you are already that. But only thing is, the funniest part of all of us is we are not able to realize that. That is why since we are not able to realize with this conscious mind, the conscious mind always mislead you. The conscious mind, what it does, it always mislead you. It will try to show so many reasons, so many logic it will try to bring up in between. When I say that you're already the great, you're already the soul consciousness, and your true nature is the ananda, your true nature is blissfulness. If I say all this, what happened? You only listen. You can't really understand. With your logic mind, you will always negate it. Again, you will come to so in your one part of your mind, it says that it may not be, I may not be, he may be, I may not be. So that kind of logic conclusions will be started. So that is the reason, unless otherwise you switch off that mind, so otherwise that logic reasoning is to keep on going. So that is why in meditation particularly, we say that first to drop the mind. First to drop the mind, switch off your mind, then what will happen? Slowly, you enter into the realm of consciousness, the higher realm of consciousness. So that is called the emptiness, basically. That is called sunyatva. When you enter into sunyatva, then you yourself will be able to experience that consciousness, that emptiness, that sunyatva. Then you will understand yourself. Who are you? Who am I? You get your own answers, my dear friends. Nobody need to answer. I'm telling you. Otherwise, consciously you are not able to understand. But I say that there is nothing to achieve. As such, there is nothing to achieve for a human being. Human being as a unique being, is a unique personality. Is a unique personality. Already this unique personality itself is so great, and this unique personality is a best example of the enlightenment. The enlightenment is not separate, my dear friends. It is not separate that you need to achieve somewhere. It's not separate that you need to reach somewhere. You don't need to reach anywhere. Just drop your mind, drop your intellect, and then you find yourself within you. This is called the so-called enlightenment, my dear friends. This is called the purpose of life. What purpose of life will be there more than this? Tell me. So there is no separate purpose of life, or we don't need to create, or we don't need to search anywhere outside, which is very well within you. All the time, 24/7, 365 days. You're already you are a enlightened being, my dear friends. You're already enlightened. I say that you are already enlightened. Only thing is you can't accept it because you have a conscious mind, logic mind, which is working all the time with you. And you also have intellect, which is also the kind of intellect what you have is materialistic intellect, which will not accept whatever someone says, whatever scripture says, whatever Bhagavad Gita says, whatever the great masters keep telling us in the form of satsang, in the form of swadhyaya. We are not able to believe it. We are not able to live with that consciousness. So that is the reason. So this so-called spiritual training, all this so-called whatever we undergo, the meditation, spiritual wisdom classes, all this is required in order to strengthen the belief within you that you're already that. I am that. You are already that. It is that. I am that. You are already that. What else you wanted? Tell me. So that is why. So let's go through these practices of meditation. Let's strengthen ourselves. 3 hours meditation, 2 hours swadhyaya, 1 hour satsanga, right? Using pyramid energy. With all these things, what will happen, my dear friends? The belief of your own self. Already you are an enlightened being. Already you are a realized soul. You are self-realized being. All the two, just to get into yourself, and you want to experience. You want to have a experience of yourself. Only thing is we need to go through all these practices, which will strengthen, which will put you into the track, proper path. So that is called spiritual journey, my dear friends. So that's how we need to understand the purpose of life with respect to spirituality. With respect to spirituality, this is only the purpose of life. If at all you feel there is a purpose, this is only the purpose of life. But I say, with a deeper sense, the deeper perspective, there is no purpose of life for any being, for any of the any human being. In fact, speaking, there is no purpose of life itself. Life itself is a purposeless. It's a it's a play, my dear friends. It's a child play, or you must be always playful. The reason is you are already that. So when you are already that, what happened? You need to enjoy. You need to celebrate every moment, every second, every minute on this earth planet. You need to celebrate. Do not postpone your celebration from today to tomorrow. You can't achieve the celebration. You can't achieve the celebration with respect to some aims or some goals, my dear friends. Do not keep any goal. If you keep any goal, you are postponing your contentment. You are postponing your own, celebration. Time to time, you are postponing your celebration. There is no question. There is no need of postponing celebration. That's what I would like to say. With the highest, the uttermost confidence, the uttermost faith on the, so on ourselves, we must not postpone our contentment, our celebration any more minute, any more second. We must be celebrating our life every minute, my dear friends. Why do we need to postpone? For what purpose you are postponing? What are the goals you are going to keep? There are no goals. Our real nature is not having any goals, my dear friends. No need to have any goals. That's a physical life. Whatever you are talking about is physical life. Doing something. For example, you are a shoemaker, you are a engineer, you are a professor, whatever it may be. Do that. Whatever the work you wanted, you do it. But once you are a realized master, let me tell you, if you become a realized master, that means whether through practice or with your own intrinsic nature, with your own past life karmas or past life journey, if you are able to understand yourself, your true nature, whatever the other work you are doing on this planet Earth, it doesn't matter. In one life, I am a shoemaker. In other life, I am a president of India. In other life, I am going to be a great speaker. In other life, I am going to be a something called a so-called singer or a dancer, whatever it may be. How does it matter what you are going to do in the Earth planet, my dear friends? It doesn't matter. What it matters is your own true nature is always celebration. That you must be doing all the time, irrespective of your position, physical position, what you are playing, irrespective of the physical role you are playing on this earth planet, you must be always celebrating every minute, every second on this earth planet. That's the true life. That is the true meaning of life, my dear friends. Let's all do that. Let's not postpone any moment. If you want to really find a meaningful meaning of your own true life, this is the true life, my dear friends. No need to postpone, not even 1 second. Let me tell you, this is the truth. This is the ultimate reality. This is the ultimate truth, my dear friends. Okay. So right. So this is how you need to understand, friends.